there. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how to navigate your Perilous Times website. We'll get started by logging into the site by adding a /wp-admin to the end of your site's URL, which, as you know, is periloustimesministry.com. And that'll bring up our login page. Okay, so from here, you're going to enter the username and password that was created for you. And then click Login, which will take you to the dashboard of your site. Now from here, I want to show you some of the various features that are currently in use or available to you for future use on your site. And most of those can be found in this left-hand column in black on the left side of your dashboard. Some of these features can also be found on the top row here of your dashboard as well. So first we're going to take a look at the media library. The media library for your site is where you'll find all of the images, audio or video files, and PDFs that have been uploaded to your site. Adding new media is as simple as hovering over the media option in the left-hand column of your dashboard, then clicking Add New. So once you've arrived on the upload screen, you can either drag and drop your media file into this box or click Select Files to locate your media on your device. Using this feature, it is possible to upload more than one file at a time to your site. So just know that that's an option to help you save time in the future. Back in the library, clicking on a media file, you can see what we have on your site right now. Clicking on a media file will give you the opportunity to rename a file. You can edit it. You can even add captions to it. If you see here, this caption says Larry Crabtree. So every place that this image appears on your site, that caption will appear. So you can do all of that from this edit screen. Okay, so now we'll move to the Pages section of your dashboard. And this is where you can access and edit your home page as well as any of your internal pages. You can also create new pages by clicking the Add New button at the top of this page. Okay, so here is your current list of pages, and the Add New button that I mentioned is here. Okay, so we'll start by taking a look at your home page. There's a couple of different ways to get to it. You can do this easily anywhere on your site by hovering over your site name here in the upper left-hand corner of your dashboard, then clicking Visit Site. You'll see how your home page is broken up into sections. So we have the header, the menu, we have kind of an introduction to your site, your purpose, a link here, maybe an image, another article. Okay, these different sections of content here. And this is true all across your site. Okay, your homepage also includes a header and footer. So this is your header here and your footer down below that are consistent across every page on your site. Okay, so now let's take a look at how to edit the home page. To start, you'll want to click Edit Page here at the top. Now you'll notice that the edit page is broken up into the same groups and sections we just looked at on the front end of your site. And that'll be true for each page as on your site as you work through to edit it. Okay, so let's walk through how to add a new page section on the home page. First, you'll scroll toward the bottom of the edit page. We're going to put our new section at the bottom and click Add Content Section, then Standard Page Section. Okay. Now your site's introduction, along with any other section containing text and or images, works largely like a document in your typical word processing software. Anything within these sections can be edited to your liking. So let's say we want to create a call to action in our new section. First, you might include some text such as contact us today. Okay, now remember that your text size, color, boldness, etc. can be edited to your liking right here in the visual text editor. So we can just highlight our text and make it bold. We can center it. We can increase the size, make it larger like a heading, anything like that. That happens all right here in this window. Okay, next we can add a button if you want by typing some text. We'll just say click here, and then we'll highlight that text, and over here on this formats drop down menu there's an option to create a button. Okay, now that creates your button. You'll want the button to link somewhere, so maybe we want it to link to our contact page. If you click on this Insert Edit Link button, clicking on the link options setting will bring up all of the pages on your site, and you can choose one if you want, or if you wanted to link to a page that's not on your site, you can type in the URL here. Okay, for right now we're not going to save our work, so I'm just going to click cancel, but just know that that's how you go about adding a button to your site. Okay. As we click through the different tabs here in our new section, you can see we have a lot of options, like adding a background image. Here, again, this would take us to our media library, and we can use one of our existing images or add a new image if we want. Okay. If you don't want a background image, you can choose a color from here. Okay, you can play around with the spacing. Some of these are a little bit more advanced features, but you can play around with some of this without causing trouble on your site by just not saving your work. You can link to another area of your site. All of that happens here in this window. Okay, so for now, we're going to remove this new section so that it doesn't show up on the front end of your site just by clicking here to remove layout. But if you're happy with the work you've created, you'll want to click the update button here to save your changes to the front end of your site. Okay. Now, while your site is fairly simple in nature, there may be a need for you to add additional features in the future in either your menu or your header and footer options. So to edit your menu, you'll want to hover over the word Appearance here on the left-hand side of your dashboard, and then click Menus. So here you'll see the menu structure that currently exists on your site. You should be familiar with this as it shows up across the top of each of your pages. So I'm going to demonstrate how to add a new option to your menu by adding a link to your homepage to the existing menu. Okay, so over here you can see if we click View All, it gives us a list of all of the pages on your site. And you don't have a link to your homepage right now on your menu, so I'm going to click here and click Add to Menu. Okay, and here you'll see it's added it to the beginning of your menu. And if we save it by clicking the Save Menu button and then visit our homepage, which again, we just click here and go to Visit Site, then you'll see that we have a new link as a part of your menu that goes to your homepage. Okay, and you can do that with any page on your site. If there's one that you want to feature maybe just for a period of time, you can do that by editing that menu in that way. Okay, so now let's go back to our dashboard and remove that option from the menu. Okay, do that with Appearance and then Menus, and it's as easy as clicking the drop down arrow and selecting Remove. Okay, now that new option is removed. Now your site's header and footer are edited through the widgets, which are also found under the Appearance option on the left-hand side of your dashboard. Okay, now your header includes everything in this header right box. So we have your logo, We have a visual editor that has the verse you've included, and then your navigation menu, which is the menu that we just looked at. Okay, and then everything in your footer is included in this footer 1 box. So if you want to make any changes to any of those areas of your site, again, just go to Appearance, Widgets, and you'll find all of that here. Now let's spend a few minutes talking about how forms are used on your site. I want to show you how to make some simple edits to existing forms, as well as how to duplicate an existing form for future use. For training purposes, we'll look at the contact form on your site. Forms can be found by clicking the Forms button on the left-hand side of your dashboard. To edit a form, you'll just click on the form name, which will take you to the edit screen. And from here, you can edit existing fields by clicking on these settings, and it gives you a number of options to edit over here. You can also drag and drop fields. Let's say we want to change the order. Here we can move the phone to the left of the email. We can move it back. This is just a simple drag and drop feature, okay? And all of that takes place on this edit screen. Okay, you can also add new fields. Let's say we want to add an address field. I just typed in address here and it brings up a field. You can drag it over wherever you want it in your form, okay? If we don't want to keep that for now, we can just delete it by clicking on the trash can icon, and it immediately takes it away. Okay, once you're happy with your form, you'll want to save it, and then you can review the notification settings. Maybe you want to change who a particular form's responses are sent to. You do that by hovering over Settings and then clicking on Notifications. Clicking on Admin Notification here will allow you to add or update the email address that form responses are sent to. So you can see here that this form has responses that are currently coming to your email address. Okay, now let's go back to your list of forms for just a second. Let's say you want to duplicate your conference registration form for next year. This is as simple as hovering over the form title, then clicking Duplicate. This option would allow you to make minor edits to a form while keeping the rest of the form intact and preventing you from duplicating that work in the future by having to just completely recreate that whole form. Okay, so for now we're going to trash this form, but just know that duplicating it for the future is as simple as that. The final thing I want to show you is how to add a user to share access to your site. To do this, you're going to hover over the word users on the left-hand side of your dashboard, then click Add New. And from here, you'll just add the username along with the email address of the new user, then create a password, or you can use the one that's generated by WordPress. Okay, as you can see, it generates a very strong password. You'll just want to be sure to document the password so that your new user will be able to access the system the very first time that they log on. Okay, if you want to see a list of all users with access to your site, just click All Users on the left-hand side of your dashboard. And you can see here that you have 2 users now with access to your site. Okay, so those are the basic steps for editing your site, and if you have questions or run into any issues, we're happy to offer additional support as needed.